Hey friends, I'm going for it. We're going to check out 2 boxes now from the enormous, massive Uber collection of Catan and Catan compatible stuff. It's insane. Something awesome in here are these triple decker card organizers, also from Fanmade with the 3D printing stuff. Really smooth, goes back and forth even with my dexterity issues, no big deal. Because I don't want my cards sliding everywhere, but I'm likely to shift my boxes around, I decided to put little bands on them. So I'll show you these little tiny stretchy bands. This is from Traders and Barbarians, the special development cards that go with that set. And I just put the little band here. I can actually kind of grab it by the nubbin thing here, which is really cute and adorable. These would all fit really well and not really slide around at all, but I put sleeves on everything. Eventually I'm even putting sleeves on these TableTop Monthly cards. Just because it makes it easier for me to move things around and there's not that much glare, just that little bit. Here are the dev cards for Barbarian Attack, also from the Traders and Barbarians kit. That box had like so many different little mini games in it, and I like to combine and expand things anyway. I kind of do it almost by accident at first because it just makes sense to me. I kind of see ahead of time what it can be. These are for your baggage trains. Also Traders and Barbarians, very cool. I'm having trouble putting them in and out, but most people can do this with these. These are event cards, so you can actually use them instead of rolling dice. So if someone has, I'm going to use my other hand for a second, dexterity issues that make it hard to roll and play with dice or pick them up, or if you want to do something different in general, you use this, and whatever card you draw has a production number like an 8, and it shows you the red die. The red die number shows up a lot in Cities and Knights if you're kind of progressing through, but it's also really useful in other scenarios and other factors too, especially if you start modifying games. So it does the same thing that rolling the 2 dice will, production number and a red die number. I actually sometimes have a yellow die number if I want to get really fancy about it. But that's it. It's really straightforward. I'll pack that up again in a sec. Lucky Chance, based on Monopoly, is for whenever you roll doubles. So if you roll your dice and it's a 3 and a 3, you grab one of these. This is a TableTop Monthly magical add-on, and they have an instruction card that fits with the deck nicely. They have a hex that I showed in a previous video that's Community Treasure, kind of like Community Chest. Also Monopoly hat tip here. And the directions are on that blue card. Now these are actually like the same kind of benefits and deductions, but it's really awesome to play with both. I honestly love playing with both no matter what. It doesn't really like matter that there are some similarities. I think getting both is smart. And it's also just really fun to jack up the excitement and weirdness factor on a Catan game. I love vanilla Catan, but I gotta say, having some weird hexes and funky extra benefits and deductions is fantastic. And it also kind of helps balance the game out a little bit. So especially if you're playing something like Cities and Knights, or you have an experienced player and some newer players, having more funky things like these or a funky hex or something like that going on will help balance the game out. Right, so you don't have to have bands, you don't have to have sleeves, you don't have to whatever, but I kind of like it like this and it works for me. Let me show you another set of decks here. I'm going to keep these all in here. Alright, and most of these are from Legend of the Conquerors. So Legend of the Conquerors is kind of an expansion on Cities and Knights. And the blue cards, the blue production cards, are different in the Conqueror set than regular Cities and Knights. So I just wrote it on each card. It only took like 5 minutes, maybe 10. And that wasn't a big deal. These are specific Legend of the Conquerors development cards. Very funky. Some are specific with even like specific characters. It's kind of awesome. I really like that expansion. I actually have only set it up. I haven't gotten to play it with anybody yet. I'm excited to. I have these ones that are like Victor, Defender of the Catan people cards that go with Cities and Knights. I have some of these guides for fishing. I have some others in card form from the Hawaii set, but this is the regular fishing rules. Just kind of bundle them together, have a little room here. And then Conquerors also has kind of like book 1, book 2, book 3, different sets of scenarios. So I have them grouped here. And they're 1, 2, and 3 sets. So there we go, that's book 2. So it's all together. Sweet. So same thing. These easily slide out for use during play. It's kind of amazing. Love that. So that's part of my card management setup here. I ended up getting, since I have so many mods in progress, and I like pre-opened these a little bit to show you, I ended up getting 2 extras of this organizer by Fanmade because it's so perfect for so many things. A lot of my pieces are still being painted and like in the process of drying and curing, so these aren't full right now, but I'll be showing you bits as we go. So I have a super massive pirate ship, a little pirate ship that just is an extra at this point. I have a pirate die with like half pirate attacks, half planes. So I guess you could do 50-50, but this is way more cool. I'm going to be adding some funkiness to the other ones, and an alien die for an Area 51 thing I'm going to do. This is one full set of the probability number tokens. Usually just have all of them massively in a bag together, but for a few scenarios and a few games you want the originals. These are from Oil Springs, but I don't really use them that much. I made my own awesome upgrades. Here we go. This is really cool. So Rickshaw Run, I showed the big piece earlier, and I'll show the people in a minute, but these are the small little tokens there. These are the harbor tokens by TableTop Monthly to help organize your camel routes for traders and barbarians. That's pretty freaking cool. All right, and this clicks onto the bottom here. I need my hands to do it. I need both hands usually, but that's just because I'm weird and have, you know, extra needs. Oh, I did it. Yay. Cool. These are great. Nice to meet you. Rock. Okay, over here I have flood tokens that I bought a while ago, but I just got the set, and these are made for like just general D&D kind of stuff, or Magic the Gathering or whatever. I just got them on Etsy. I also have, this isn't enough to play the full flood scenarios in Catan though. I was just going to use it with global warming, but I got the full flood Atlantis set from TableTop Monthly. Awesome. So those will all go together in here. I'm excited. I did a little upgrading on that too with some paint. Which way did I start to open this? My hands are so dead today. Let me show you a couple more things if I can do it. Da, 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 da. All right, you're gonna see my belly for a sec while I open this. Here we go. There we are. All right, I did get the dark mode number set as well, especially for when I play with newbies and I want just one set. Boom, got it. Oil Springs, some funky things I've got. This is a Cities and Nights die. Can't use my words right now, I'm so tired. Harbor tokens. These 2 extras came with one of the extension kits, so I just marked them on the back and kept them out of the way that way. All right, that's all set. So all this easily fits in a box with plenty of extra room, but I'm showing it to you at the same time as this other one so you know what I'm talking about when I get here. So I took the print and play global warming scenario and made things really nice, used extra little bits of cardboard from the recycling bin to like add heft to each one in the sleeve. But these are the official cards. This is a tracker that I'm eventually going to paint a nicer one of. I just didn't have the time yet. And then all the upgraded proper tokens, instead of little scraps of paper that I couldn't pick up, are in a different container, still curing right now. But eventually all my global warming stuff will fit in like this area, nice and contained. All right, here I have another cool box that I used for a couple of years for gold and for victory points. Same thing as I do with my regular cards. You can just kind of chuck them in and it wouldn't hurt my hand too much. But right now I just use it for this fish market guide for the Hawaii set. Slightly different fish rules than the usual ones. Keep that together as its own thing. This is really cool. I can't wait to show you. I actually ended up with 2 different sets of Catan helper cards, which is kind of amazing. And then Rickshaw Run has its own. So at this point I have 3. That's one of the best ways to modify your game, having a set of helper cards. So green, these are the normal ones. Orange, like from the Flag of India, these are the ones for Rickshaw Run, which is a great scenario. I kind of love that stuff. Love it. This is the old version where the art's like more white people and more kind of old school weird. It's not really my favorite. Each person who's helping you has an A sign on the B side. So they say almost the same thing. So when you're playing, you put it in front of you. The A side benefit, once you use it, you flip to B. Once you use it, you put it back in like a discard pile and take the next person to be your helper. So there are these. In another box, I have the new helper cards, which are amazing. It's definitely like a more representative group of humans from the world instead of just like all white people, which is kind of not comfortable and not representative of humans. Like everyone who plays games should see people who look like them in the game. Otherwise, it's just ridiculous and keeps weird, nasty stuff going in the world. All right, I'm going to open this with 2 hands, but I'm going to start the next video before I do. Tune in again to see the rest.